guys, welcome back to the Not Only Carrots show here on YouTube. I'm Leah and today I'll be making veggie bean soup. All right, let's get started.
But first, special thanks to our sponsor, Mr. Stacky. Would you love to grow herbs, fruits and vegetables easily and conveniently? Mr. Stacky has the solution. Go vertical to maximize space, save water and grow abundant vegetables from anywhere. Whether you want a simple freestanding 5-tier garden, an automated hydroponic tower, a backyard tower farm or commercial farm, Mr. Stacky's systems are tried and tested and backed by hundreds of success stories and reviews from people just like you. Click the link in the description below and use the coupon code NOTONLYCARROTS to receive a 20% store-wide discount. Details below. Discover the easy way to grow healthy, delicious veggies today.
Okay guys, to begin with, I'm going to be using a pressure cooker. Check out my 7 kitchen tools that every vegan needs episode. The pressure cooker features in there. It saves me heaps of time and brings my cooking time down from 1.5 to 2 hours all the way down to 45 minutes. So saving time in a busy family is always a big plus for me. So I'll use that today. You're welcome to use a regular pot, but as you can see, it's got to be quite big. All right, we're going to begin with by heating up our pan. And we're going to go with our sauteing to begin with. So we're going to need 2 large onions and we're going to leave them nice and chunky. I'm going to add them to our pan. And I have 3 stalks of celery. I've cut each of those chunks into 1 centimetre pieces. It's about 1/2 inch or a little less. And we're also going to add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. You can omit that and use water instead if you like, but I find that it adds a lovely flavour. Plus, we're going to add in our garlic. You're welcome to use fresh. Today, I'm going to use some jarred garlic, and it's 5 teaspoons of minced garlic. All right. Now we're going to saute this until the onion is nice and clear. I can already hear it sizzling. Once it's clear, we're going to add all of the rest of the ingredients in one go. So this is what makes this recipe so quick and easy, and also it's really, really tasty. While that's sauteing, I will tell you about the dried beans, which we're going to add next. We actually need 1 1/4 cups of dried beans. What I've done today is created a little rainbow of beans. Doesn't it look pretty? And I've added 2 tablespoons of each of these different beans. I have red kidney beans, yellow split peas, green split peas, mung beans, lima beans, brown lentils, and red split peas. You are welcome to use a pre-made soup mix, but I will have one little proviso. Make sure it has at least the red split peas in the mix, because what they do is after you cook them for a while, they dissolve and sort of disintegrate, and they add a really delicious thickness to the soup. So whatever you do, don't leave out those beautiful split peas. All right. This is sounding really good. Oh, it's really flaming up. Oh, I better turn mine down a little bit. It got a little excited. Welcome to the Not Only Carrots show, where Leo cooks herself. Okay, I'll come back, guys, as soon as this is all sauteed, and we'll get the rest of those ingredients into our soup. All right, the onion is clear, which is my thumbs up. Let's add everything in signal. So we know about our beans, so we'll add our 1 1/4 cup of dried beans. Plus, we're going to add in 5 1/2 cups of water. Whoa. Don't have to pour it quite as crazy as I did. And we have 400 grams of diced tomatoes. You're welcome to use crushed tomatoes as well. Tinned ones are fine. And we'll add in our seasonings for today. I'll talk you through those. At the bottom, we've got 1 tablespoon of dried parsley. If you want to use fresh, we'll have 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. Plus, we have 1 1/2 tablespoons of vegetable stock powder and 1/2 tablespoon of dried mixed herbs and 3 teaspoons of salt. And if you want to reduce the salt, you can, but I've played with it a lot, and because of the beans and all of these other vegetables I will add later, the salt really sucks into those veggies and you can lose a lot of flavour if you don't have enough. All right, I stir those seasonings through, and now we will add in the rest of our veggies. I have a quarter of a medium Jap pumpkin. They are cut like this. You can use butternut pumpkin if you wish. The reason I like the Jap pumpkin is it actually falls apart really well. That's what I like about using all of these different ingredients is they all get nice and mushy, and that's just perfect for a stew. We also have a half a cup of frozen peas and 2 diced, nice big chunky diced potato. Now I have peeled this. Normally I would keep the skin on in most of my recipes, but by peeling it, the potato starts to fall apart. And as I said before, I really like that. I have 2 large carrots. I left the skin on these ones and yeah, just dice them up nice and chunky once again. And our final ingredient is actually 1 tin of champignons. They are just tinned mushrooms. I've got the pieces and stems today. It is 425 grams. If you have fresh mushrooms, you can add in 10 button mushrooms and you just dice them up nice and chunky once again. Usually just quarter them and put them in. Now we're going to stir all of those ingredients through. Now I'm going to try and not have my camping stove go too crazy on me again. I just take my lid, make sure the seal is pressed down, pop that lid onto my pot, calm the flames a bit. So it will start hissing at me and that will be my cue to put on the little cap. Then it will hiss again and that'll be my cue to turn it down until it's not going crazy anymore. If you're using a regular pot, just bring your pot to the boil and we'll be back shortly to talk you through the next step. My pressure cooker has now come to full pressure, as you can see from this steam coming out of the top. So I'm just going to take my pressure cap and press that over the top now. I will bring it to pressure again and I'm probably going to have to take my lid off and readjust my seal because I've got a bit of steam still coming out of the side here, but if that ever happens, just turn the stove off, fix your seal and try again, and it doesn't take very long to come to full pressure again. My pressure cooker is now at pressure again. It's kind of bouncing with that hissing sound. And sometimes it'll even bounce even more viciously. It'll never sound. What you want to do is now adjust the temperature on your stove and bring it down so that instead of that bouncing hiss, you'll have a steady, gentle hissing sound. Once you reach that, then you can set your timer for 45 minutes. If you have your regular pot, you want to have it on a simmer. Keep it covered, put a lid on top, cook that for 1.5 to 2 hours until the beans are really soft, particularly those lima beans and red kidney beans. And add extra water if you need to. We'll be right back to show you the end product. Now, what we have to do with the pressure cooker is release the pressure. So making sure that it's aimed away from your face, we just press this cap. And it takes about a minute to release all of the steam. Once all of that steam has been released, it'll go quite quiet. Okay, now we can release the handle. And I like to release the steam as well, just in case there's a little extra. All right, it's still bubbling in there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually still bubbling in there. So be very careful with the ladle. Stir the ingredients through. The beans are heavier, so they'll tend to sink to the bottom. So just make sure you draw them up and through the mixture. Wow, this looks amazing. Now, as I said, it's nice and chunky, and then you can also get a ladle full of that broth. And how amazing does that look? Oh, it's got big chunks of celery and the potato. I can see the potatoes getting those cracks down the middle. It's falling apart. It looks so good as well. One little thing I wanted to mention is with the pressure cooker, a little tip. If you want to release that pressure faster, fill up your kitchen sink with cold water straight out of the tap. And when you put your pressure cooker in that, the pressure will release faster because the air condenses. And a tip with your toast or your crusty bread that you're going to have with this veggie bean soup is put a bit of avocado on it and some yeast flakes and salt, it adds a lot of really nice flavor. Just keep in mind too, as I showed you, the pressure cooker is still boiling in there even once you've released all the pressure. So your meal is at least 100 degrees Celsius and will burn your mouth if you just start scoffing it down. So take it easy. All right, guys, thank you so much for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed the recipe and that you'll give it a try yourself. Let me know in the comments below if you have your own veggie bean soup recipe and what you like to include in it. And make sure you hit like on the video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, grab a copy of my cookbook. This recipe is in it, so grab a copy, guys, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.